I have a rather soft spot for Richard Scarry, largely because, for whatever reason, I didn't grow up with Richard Scarry stories when I was a child. So I'm now trying to plug that gap. And when I discovered Old MacDonald's Farm and Other Animal Tales, I thought I'd have to check this out. And it's very sweet. This is a 30-ish minute collection of stories from 1986, and we have 3 separate tales. And I won't go into any spoiler detail, but I will talk a little bit about them. But I can sum up first of all and just say the stories are a delight, the messages are lovely, and the animation is rather charming. The first one is obviously Old MacDonald, and this one actually involves a reunion on Old MacDonald's farm, and we have the farm animals, mostly the pigs, and they're coming together, and it's a delight. And of course, they sing Old MacDonald had a farm, so the music there is pretty great. The second one is actually my favourite, and this is The Wolf and the Kids. And this one is about Mother Goat telling her children not to answer the door to anybody when she goes out because it could be the big bad wolf. And of course, it is the big bad wolf, and the wolf tries to trick the children into opening the door. And I feel like this story is one that I'm very familiar with, but I don't know where from. By which I mean, I remembered quite a lot about this one, but I cannot recall where I've seen this story before. There must be another animated show that features it. If anybody can think of any, please do let me know, because it wasn't nostalgic in the sense that I could remember this particular animation, but I did remember the story. Not sure where from, keen to find out, but I did enjoy it. And of course, the message there is that people might try and trick you to get access to your home, so don't listen to them. And the third one is Musicians of Bremen. And I'm aware of the story, not from my childhood. It's not a childhood story for me, but I can't remember specifically what happens in the story. It's about these characters who want to go to Bremen to be musicians. But there are, of course, obstacles and messages, and they have to learn in this particular story that actually there are more important things or other ways of finding happiness. I don't know if that's anything like the genuine story, because I honestly can't remember it. I haven't seen a version in a while, and I think actually a lot of the versions I have seen have been quite short films of 6-7 minute cartoons. So if anybody has any thoughts on that, please feel free to share. But as a story in this particular collection, I rather enjoyed it. But it is probably my least favourite of the 3. To rank them, it would be, of course, The Wolf and the Kids, and then Old MacDonald's Farm, and then The Musicians of Bremen. But they're all very well done. The stories are really well told. The animation is delightful. We have a whole cast of different characters, and we have some great music in there as well. If, like me, you, for whatever reason, didn't grow up with Richard Scarry characters, absolutely check this out. Particularly if you like nostalgia and any of these stories are nostalgic to you. I think they're very educational, beautifully animated, a nice little collection. I think that the length of time as well is not too bad. It's not too long, but it's not too short. So I have to say, it's pretty sweet. It's not my favourite Richard Scarry. I don't know which one my favourite would be, but this one, not so much. But that being said, I can't fault it. Richard Scarry's Old MacDonald's Farm and Other Animal Tales is pretty delightful. And whether you didn't grow up watching Richard Scarry and you'd like to change that now, or you did grow up with this and you remember it and you maybe haven't seen it in a while, I'd say it's one that's worth taking a look at.